They called her a trespasser, an imposter, a threat. Master Chief Rodriguez pressed his weapon to her chest and barked the order. Every soldier dreads. Remove that uniform now. She didn't flinch, didn't plead, just stood there in the dawn-light gray fabric covering scars they couldn't see, carrying secrets they wouldn't believe. Behind those calm eyes lived a ghost, the Navy buried 4 years ago, a legend with 127 confirmed kills and a heart that refused to stop saving lives. Before we dive into this story, if you're drawn to tales of courage, redemption, and the warriors who serve in silence, hit that subscribe button. Stay with me until the very end. This journey will challenge everything you think you know about heroism. And drop a comment telling me what city you're watching from. I want to see how far this story travels, how many hearts it reaches across this country and beyond. Now let's begin. The sirens hit at 05:47 hours. Rodriguez was out of bed before his brain registered the sound. Gun in hand, boots on, moving. All personnel, code black. Unknown intrusion, east perimeter. This is not a drill. He ran. Captain Hayes caught up halfway to command. What have we got? Don't know. Move. They hit the command center at full sprint. Lieutenant Parrish met them at the door tablet, shaking in his hands. Sir, we've got a breach. Section 7. Cameras went dark 4 minutes ago. Show me. Sir, there's someone inside the medical facility. Female. No uniform ID. She's walking around like she owns the place. Hayes laughed. A woman. That's your code black. Rodriguez didn't laugh. His gut said wrong. That gut had kept him alive through 4 deployments. Show me now. The tablet screen showed a figure in gray. Dark hair pulled back. Medical bag. Moving through the corridor with purpose. Not hurried, not scared, certain. Who is she? No ID, sir. Not in any system. She's a ghost. Hayes grabbed his weapon. She's about to be a prisoner. Rodriguez, let's go collect our tourist. They moved fast. Corporal Thompson, Private Chen, standard breach formation. The medical building stood quiet. Too quiet. Rodriguez pushed through the door, weapon raised. She stood in the main corridor. Just stood there, waiting. 5 armed personnel fanned out, weapons locked on target, voices sharp with authority. She held her hands away from her body, not surrendering, not quite. The medical bag sat at her feet. Rodriguez took her in fast, early 30s, athletic. Scars on her hands, work scars, not accident scars. Unremarkable face until you hit her eyes. Then you couldn't look away. Dark, steady, measuring each of them, calculating. On your knees, hands behind your head, Hayes barked. She complied, slowly, like she was choosing to obey, like she was humoring them. Who are you? Rodriguez demanded. Jade Morgan, I'm here to help. Hayes stepped closer, weapon on her chest. Help with what? Breaking into a military facility. That's terrorism, sweetheart. I received a call 2 hours ago. Someone on this base needs immediate medical attention. Classified condition. I'm the only specialist within 600 miles. Bullshit. Who called you? I can't tell you that. Rodriguez felt his anger spike. You're wearing civilian clothes on a military base during lockdown. You refuse to explain yourself. Lady, you're 3 seconds from the worst day of your life. Something flickered in her eyes. Not fear, sadness. I'm wearing what I was told to wear. Check your classified medical files. Access code November 7 Angel. You'll find my authorization. Thompson moved to the wall terminal, fingers flying. Sir, that code doesn't exist. Of course it doesn't. It's 7 levels above your clearance. Hayes laughed. Forced. We've got ourselves a spy, or a lunatic. Rodriguez, what do you want to do? Search her. Chen the bag. Thompson perimeter. Hayes with me. Chen approached carefully. Jade shifted to make the search easier. Professional, like she'd done this 1,000 times. The medical bag revealed trauma supplies, surgical equipment, advanced medications, nothing explosive. But Chen found something else. A small leather case, hidden compartment. Sir? Rodriguez took it, opened it. Inside 1 challenge coin. Navy SEAL trident. Medical cross. Number 7 stamped on the back. The floor shifted under Rodriguez's feet. Where did you get this? Jade met his eyes. I earned it. Impossible, Hayes said. These coins are only given to covert medical operatives embedded with SEAL teams. I know. I was there when they created the program. The sirens changed pitch. New alarm. Different threat. Parrish's voice crackled over radio. Sir, multiple breaches. North and west perimeters. Armed intruders. 3 confirmed hostiles, possibly more. And sir... What? They're asking for someone by name. Angel 7. They say we have 30 minutes to produce Angel 7 or they start executing hostages. Everything went still. Rodriguez looked at the coin, then at the woman. Her expression hadn't changed, but something in the air had shifted. That's you. That's me. Hayes grabbed her arm, hauled her up. What the hell is this? Who are you? I told you, Jade Morgan. But 4 years ago, I had a different name, different mission, and a call sign someone remembered. You're a terrorist. No, I'm the person they're terrified of. Explosion. Distant but real. The building shuddered. Thompson stepped forward. Sir, we need to move. This location is compromised. Rodriguez made his decision. Cuff her. We're taking her to command. If she's Angel 7, they'll verify it. If she's lying, interrogation handles it. I'm not lying. Jade's voice stayed calm as Chen secured the zip ties. And Master Chief Rodriguez, you're making a mistake. Those people aren't here for hostages. They're here for knowledge, technical intelligence about field trauma protocols. If they get it, thousands of soldiers die over the next 10 years. How do you know my name? How do you know my rank? She looked at him, really looked. Something in her gaze made him remember things he'd buried. Sand. Blood. A figure in smoke pulling him from a burning Humvee. No. Kandahar. March 2019. You don't remember my face because you were unconscious. You don't remember my voice because I never spoke. But you remember the medic who pulled you out, who kept you breathing for 43 minutes until evac arrived. Rodriguez felt something break in his chest. The medic died. 2 weeks later, IED, they sent the report. The medic disappeared because someone decided she knew too much, saved too many people who weren't supposed to survive. Hayes grabbed Rodriguez's shoulder. Don't listen. It's manipulation. Textbook psyops. Explosion. Closer. Gunfire outside. Parrish again panicked. Sir, they've breached Building 6. They have Lieutenant Morrison and 4 civilians, broadcasting on military frequencies. Angel 7 in the courtyard in 20 minutes, or they execute 1 hostage every 5 minutes. Rodriguez stared at Jade. She stood there, zip-tied, calm, chaos erupting around them. Tell me the truth. All of it. Now. The truth is classified 9 ways, but here's what I can tell you. Angel 7 was a joint operation. SEAL medical teams and DARPA. 7 combat medics trained as tactical operatives and trauma specialists. We embedded with the most dangerous missions. High casualty probability. Our job was keeping people alive long enough to extract intel complete objectives or just make it home. I was the 7th. The last one trained. And according to official records, the only one who died in the field. Why fake your death? Because I learned something I wasn't supposed to learn. Medical protocols being diverted to private contractors. Experimental treatments sold to the highest bidder, while soldiers bled out with substandard care. I tried to report it. 24 hours later, my convoy hit an IED that was never there before. Very convenient. Very final. Hayes shook his head. This is insane. We're wasting time on ghost stories while real terrorists are here because someone leaked my files. Jade's voice finally showed an edge. Someone told them I was coming. Someone wants me dead, wants the research dead, and doesn't care how many people die in the process. Who? I don't know yet. That's what I've been figuring out for 4 years. But whoever it is has access to classified medical databases, operational schedules, and enough resources to hire professional killers. So forgive me if I don't trust your chain of command. Lights flickered, Emergency power. Young Marine Jake burst through the doorway, out of breath, blood running from a cut over his eye. Sir, they've got the hostages in the courtyard. They're setting up Jesus Christ, they're setting up execution posts. Rodriguez felt every decision he'd ever made pressing down. The coin burned hot in his hand. If you're really Angel 7, prove it. Tell me something only that medic would know. From Kandahar. Jade was quiet. When she spoke, her voice dropped to a whisper. You kept asking for your daughter, Emma, 6 years old. You were crying because her birthday was in 3 days. You thought you'd never see her again. I told you that you would. I promised. And when the morphine kicked in, you grabbed my hand. You said, don't let me die before I tell her I love her. So I stayed. I held your hand. I didn't let go until the helicopter landed at Bagram. Silence. Rodriguez felt tears burn. Emma, his daughter, who died 2 years later in a car accident while he was deployed, saving other people's children instead of being home to save his own. His hand started shaking. It's her. His voice cracked. It's really her. Hayes stepped back, weapon lowering. Then what do we do? Jade's voice came steady, commanding. You let me go. You give me access to security systems, and you trust that I spent 4 years planning for this exact scenario. They'll kill you. They'll try. Why? Why risk it? You've been dead for 4 years. You could stay dead, disappear again. Jade looked at him. For the first time, he saw past the calm to the fire underneath. Because Lieutenant Morrison has a daughter. Because those 4 civilians have families. Because I took an oath that didn't end when they tried to kill me. And because someone needs to show these bastards that you can't murder the truth. It just comes back harder. Explosion. The building shook. Plaster cracked from walls. Decision time, Master Chief. Jade's voice cut through the chaos. In 15 minutes, people start dying. Do you trust orders from people you've never met, or do you trust the medic who saved your life? Rodriguez reached for his knife. Hayes Chen Thompson, you didn't see this. Understood. Hayes nodded. Didn't see what Sir Rodriguez cut the zip ties. Jade rubbed her wrists, picked up her medical bag. I need 3 things. Access to the roof of Building 9, a clear radio frequency, and someone who can shoot. Jake stepped forward from the doorway, blood still dripping, eyes steady. I can shoot, ma'am. How old are you, Marine? 22, ma'am. You scared terrified, ma'am. She smiled. It transformed her face. Good. Fear keeps you sharp. Come with me. She turned to the others. Evacuate non-essential personnel. Get them to bunkers. Lock down all classified materials. And whatever you do, don't give these people access to the medical research servers. Why? Chen asked. What's on those servers? The future of battlefield medicine. Trauma protocols that could cut combat mortality by 40%. Treatments for traumatic brain injury that actually work. Prosthetic integration that could give injured soldiers their lives back. All unpatented, freely available. Designed to save lives instead of make profits. Which is exactly why some people want it destroyed. Rodriguez felt understanding dawn. They're not terrorists. They're contractors. Private military contractors. Working for corporations that profit from soldiers dying slowly instead of surviving quickly. But they're still killers, still monsters, and they're about to learn why you don't threaten people I've trained. She moved toward the door. Jake followed. Wait, Rodriguez called. What's the plan? Jade paused, looked back. The plan is simple, Master Chief. They want Angel 7. They're getting her. All 127 missions worth. Every skill, every scar, every single reason the Navy tried to bury me. And when it's over, you're going to understand why some ghosts refuse to stay dead. She disappeared into the corridor. Hayes let out a long breath. Are we really doing this? Trusting a dead woman we met 10 minutes ago. Rodriguez looked at the coin, turned it over. Words etched underneath, almost invisible. These we defend. We don't have a choice. Either she's who she says and she's our only chance, or she's not, and we're already dead. Thompson's radio crackled. 8 minutes until first execution. They're broadcasting it. Sir, the whole base can hear the countdown. Rodriguez holstered his weapon, kept his hand near it. Then we better pray that woman knows what she's doing. And if she doesn't? Chen asked. Rodriguez remembered hands that wouldn't stop shaking, a voice promising he'd see another birthday, a presence that refused to let him die. If she does, then those contractors just made the worst mistake of their lives. Because Angel 7 isn't a code name. It's a warning. The countdown continued. 7 minutes. Jade hit the stairwell at a run. Jake kept pace behind her. Ma'am, what do you need me to do? Keep up. Watch my 6. And when I give an order, you follow it without question. Can you do that? Yes, ma'am. Good. What's your name? Jake Reeves, ma'am. You see combat. Jake. 2 deployments. Afghanistan, Syria. You kill anyone? Hesitation. Yes, ma'am. Lose anyone? My best friend, Marcus. IED took him 3 months ago. Jade stopped on the landing, turned to face him. Then you know what's at stake. You know why we don't let them win. Jake nodded, wiped blood from his eye. How'd you get that cut? Shrapnel, when they breached the north gate. Jade opened her medical bag, pulled out supplies. Hold still. Her hands moved fast, professional. She cleaned the wound, applied adhesive, checked his pupils. Concussion. Maybe minor. You feel dizzy, nauseous. No, ma'am. Good. You will later. Push through it. She finished. Pack the supplies. Jake, I need you to understand something. Those men in the courtyard, they're not here to negotiate. They're here to send a message. Kill me, destroy the research, and prove that nobody's safe, not even ghosts. Why you, ma'am? What makes you so dangerous? Because I know how to keep people alive, and in their world, that's the most dangerous skill of all. They climbed 5 flights. Jade's breathing stayed even, controlled. Jake struggled to keep up. At the roof access, Jade stopped, pulled a small device from her bag. What's that? Signal jammer, short range. Keeps them from tracking my position for about 90 seconds. After that, all bets are off. She activated it. The device hummed. Jake, when we get on that roof, you're going to see things that don't make sense. You're going to question what you're seeing. Don't. Just trust me and do exactly what I say. Understand? Yes, ma'am. And Jake, if something happens to me if I go down, you run. You get to Rodriguez and tell him to execute Protocol Blackbird. He'll know what it means. What's Protocol Blackbird? A backup plan. One I hope we never need. She pushed open the door. The roof spread out before them. Dawn light breaking over the horizon. The courtyard visible below. 5 hostages on their knees. 6 armed contractors in tactical gear. Countdown clock projected on a building wall. 6 minutes. Jade moved to the roof edge, pulled binoculars from her bag. Talk to me. What do you see? Jake scanned the courtyard. 6 hostiles, 5 hostages, standard execution setup. They're professionals. Good spacing. Clear lines of fire. They've got this choreographed. What else? Jake looked harder. They're nervous. Keep checking their watches, checking the perimeter. They're expecting backup. Good eye. What about the hostages? Lieutenant Morrison. 3 civilians I don't recognize. And... Jake stopped. Wait, that's Dr. Sarah Chen. She runs the trauma research department. There's your target. They don't just want me dead. They want her too. She's the lead researcher, the person who actually developed the protocols. So this is about eliminating witnesses, stealing the research, and making sure nobody can recreate it. Jade pulled something else from her bag. A rifle, disassembled, compact. Jake's eyes widened. Ma'am, how did you... Questions later. Help me assemble this. They worked together, fast, efficient. The rifle came together in 45 seconds. Jade checked the scope, made adjustments. Her hands steady, completely steady. Ma'am, there's 6 of them, even if you're the best shot in the world. I'm not going to shoot them, Jake. Then what? I'm going to make them think I missed. She settled into position. Rifle braced, eye to scope. 5 minutes, Jake whispered, watching the countdown. Jade's breathing slowed, deepened. Jake recognized it. Combat breathing. The kind that steadies your heart, sharpens your focus. Jake, in about 30 seconds, I'm going to take a shot. When I do, you're going to think I screwed up. You're going to think I hit the wrong target. Do not react. Do not question. Just watch what happens next. Yes, ma'am. And Jake, if you ever tell anyone what you see up here, I'll hunt you down myself. Clear. Crystal, ma'am. Jade adjusted her aim, calculated wind, distance, angle. Her finger rested on the trigger. 4 minutes, 30 seconds, Jake said. Down in the courtyard, one of the contractors raised a radio. Angel 7, you have 4.5 minutes. Show yourself or we start with the doctor. He pressed a gun to Dr. Chen's head. The doctor didn't flinch, didn't beg, just stared straight ahead. Brave. Jade whispered, "That's it. Stay strong, Sarah. You know her. I trained her 3 years ago. Best trauma surgeon I've ever seen. She deserves better than this." Jake watched through binoculars. "Ma'am, they're getting ready. The lead contractor's checking his watch. 4 minutes. I see him." Jade's finger tightened. "Ma'am, what are you aiming at?" "The one thing they can't afford to lose." She fired. The shot cracked across the dawn. Jake's binoculars found the impact point. The countdown clock exploded. Sparks. Smoke. The display went dark. What? Their leverage just disappeared. Now they don't know how much time they have. Now they're guessing, and people make mistakes when they guess. Down in the courtyard, chaos erupted. The contractors spun, scanning rooftops, shouting into radios. The lead contractor grabbed Dr. Chen, hauled her up, used her as a shield. "Angel 7, I know you're out there. Show yourself now or she dies." Jade smiled, cold. There it is. What? Proof they need her alive. If they just wanted to kill hostages, she'd already be dead. But they need information from her. Passwords. Access codes. They're desperate. She adjusted her aim. "Ma'am, you can't shoot. The angle's wrong. You'll hit the doctor." "I'm not shooting the contractor, Jake." "Then what?" She fired again. This time, Jake saw it clearly. The bullet hit the tactical radio on the lead contractor's belt. The device exploded in sparks. The man screamed, dropped Dr. Chen, grabbed his side where the radio had been. Not fatal, but terrifying. 2 shots, 2 impacts, neither one fatal. Jade's voice stayed calm. "Now they know I'm here. Now they know I can hit whatever I want. And now they're scared." The contractors scattered, took cover, weapons raised, but they had no target, just a ghost on a rooftop they couldn't identify. "Angel 7, the lead contractor's voice cracked with rage. "You want to play games? Fine, we'll start with the Marine." He grabbed Lieutenant Morrison, pressed a gun to his head. 10 seconds. Show yourself or I blow his brains out. 10-9. Jade stood, fully visible on the roof edge, arms raised. Jake grabbed her arm. "Ma'am, no. Trust me." 8-7. "I'm here." Jade's voice carried across the courtyard, clear, strong. "I'm Angel 7, let them go." The countdown stopped. The lead contractor stared up at her. Even from this distance, Jake could see the shock on his face. "You. It's really you. It's really me. Let the hostages go. You wanted Angel 7 come get me." The contractor laughed, ugly, triumphant. "You think you're in control? You think you can negotiate, lady? You just signed your death warrant." "Maybe, but those hostages walk. That's the deal." "No deal. You come down here, right now. Hands where we can see them, or we kill them all." Jade lowered her arms, stepped back from the edge. Jake couldn't see her face, but he heard her voice, quiet, deadly. "Jake, you remember what I said about Protocol Blackbird?" "Yes, ma'am." "Good. Because you're about to see why they call me Angel 7. And it's not because I'm merciful." She turned, grabbed her medical bag, started moving toward the roof access. "Ma'am, wait, they'll kill you." "No, they won't, not yet. They need information I have. Passwords, access codes. They'll try to torture it out of me first. That gives us a window." "A window for what?" "For you to do exactly what I tell you. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going down there, they're going to take me. You're going to count to 90 seconds, then you're going to use this." She pressed something into his hand. Small, metal. "It's a detonator. Remote trigger. Planted charges I set before sunrise." Jake stared at it. "Where?" "Around the courtyard perimeter. Non-lethal. Flashbangs and smoke. When I give the signal, and you'll know it when you see it, you trigger this. The hostages will be marked. Blue glow tape on their shoulders. You tell Rodriguez to extract them in the chaos. Got it." "What about you?" "I'll handle myself." "Ma'am, that's suicide." Jade grabbed his face, forced him to look at her. "Jake Reeves. Marcus died 3 months ago. You think about him every day. You wonder if you could have saved him. You can't save him, but you can save 5 people today. Can you do that?" Jake's voice broke. "Yes, ma'am." "Then trust me, 90 seconds after I'm taken. Watch for the signal. Pull the trigger." She released him, moved to the stairwell, stopped at the door. "Jake, tell Rodriguez something for me." "What?" "Tell him Emma would be proud of him. Tell him saving people you'll never meet is the most important work there is." She disappeared into the stairwell. Jake stood alone on the roof, detonator in his hand, watching the courtyard below, watching as Jade Morgan walked out of the building, hands raised, medical bag left behind, moving towards 6 armed killers who wanted her dead. And he understood something in that moment, understood why they called her Angel 7. Not because she was merciful, but because she was willing to walk into hell to bring people back. The contractors surrounded her, weapons trained. The lead contractor grabbed her, threw her to the ground, started searching her, checking for weapons, for devices. Found nothing, because everything she needed was already in place. Jake started counting. 1, 2, 3. Down in the courtyard, Jade didn't struggle, didn't fight, just waited. Patient, calculating. 30 seconds. The contractors forced her to her knees, zip-tied her hands behind her back. The lead contractor leaned close, said something Jake couldn't hear. Jade smiled, said something back. The contractor hit her, hard, across the face. She took it, didn't flinch. 60 seconds. Jake's hand tightened on the detonator. Down below, the contractors started dragging her toward a vehicle, leaving the hostages behind for the moment. A mistake. Jade had predicted they'd make mistakes. 70 seconds. The lead contractor pulled out a phone, started making a call, probably calling for extraction, probably thinking they'd won. 80 seconds. Jade's head turned, just slightly. Her eyes found the rooftop, found Jake, and she winked. Then she bit down on something in her mouth. Her teeth flashed. A capsule. Smoke started pouring from her mouth. Thick, white, expanding fast. The signal. Jake triggered the detonator. Explosions ripped around the courtyard perimeter. Flashbangs, smoke grenades, chaos. The contractor scattered, blind, disoriented. Jake watched the hostages. Blue glow tape on their shoulders, just like Jade said, visible through the smoke. Rodriguez and his team burst into the courtyard from 3 sides, extracted the hostages in 30 seconds, professional, efficient. The smoke started to clear. Jake searched for Jade, found the spot where she'd been. Empty. The zip ties lay on the ground, cut. The contractors were down, all 6 of them, unconscious. No bullet wounds, no blood, just pressure points, precision strikes, taken down in under 90 seconds. And Jade Morgan stood in the center of the courtyard, breathing hard, blood on her mouth from the smoke capsule, but alive, victorious. She looked up at the roof, gave Jake a thumbs up, then collapsed. Jake ran. Jake hit the courtyard before Rodriguez did. His boots pounded concrete, his lungs burned. His vision tunneled on one thing. Jade's body crumpled on the ground. "Ma'am." He dropped beside her. Checked pulse. Strong. Steady. "Ma'am, can you hear me?" Her eyes cracked open, focused on him. "Did you pull the trigger?" "Yes, ma'am." "The hostages. Safe. All 5. She smiled. Blood stained her teeth from the smoke capsule. "Good boy." Then her eyes rolled back and she went limp. Rodriguez arrived with a medical team. They surrounded her, checked vitals, started emergency protocol. "What the hell happened?" Rodriguez demanded. Jake stood. His hands were shaking. "She walked into it, sir. Walked right into them. Then I don't even know what she did. One second they had her, the next second she's taking down 6 armed contractors with her bare hands. Her hands were zip-tied. Worse, sir. She cut them somehow. I didn't see how, just saw the result." The medic looked up. Young guy. Specialist Martinez. "Sir, her vitals are stable, but she's going into shock. We need to get her to medical now." "Do it." They loaded Jade onto a stretcher. Rodriguez grabbed Jake's shoulder. "You did good, Marine. Whatever she told you to do, you did it right. She saved them, sir. All of them. She knew exactly what would happen." "Yeah." Rodriguez watched the stretcher disappear into the building. "That's what scares me." Hayes jogged over. His face was pale. "Rodriguez, you need to see this." "See what?" "The contractors. They're not dead. Not even close. But they're come look." They moved to where the 6 men lay unconscious. Chen and Thompson stood over them, weapons ready, expressions confused. Rodriguez knelt, checked the first one. Pressure point strike to the carotid. Perfect placement. Exactly enough force to render unconscious without causing permanent damage. The second one. Median nerve strike. Same precision. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth. All the same. Clinical. Efficient. Non-lethal when she could have easily killed them. "She took down 6 armed contractors in under 90 seconds, Hayes said, while zip-tied, while surrounded. And she didn't kill a single one." "Why?" Thompson asked. "Why leave them alive?" Rodriguez stood, looked at the zip ties lying on the ground. They'd been cut from the inside. Somehow Jade had hidden a blade, positioned it perfectly, executed the whole plan without hesitation. "Because killing them would have been easier," Rodriguez said quietly. This takes skill. This takes control. This is someone proving a point." "What point?" "That she doesn't need to kill them. That she's better than they'll ever be." Hayes kicked one of the unconscious contractors. "So what do we do with them?" "Secure them. Interrogate them. Find out who hired them and why." "Rodriguez," Chen's voice, urgent. "Sir, you need to hear this." She held up a radio, one of the contractor's tactical sets. It was still transmitting. A voice crackled through. Male, calm, professional. "Team 3 report. Did you secure Angel 7? Team 3 respond." Rodriguez took the radio, considered his options, made a choice. "Team 3 is down." Silence on the other end. Then, "Who is this?" "Master Chief Rodriguez, U.S. Navy." "Who the hell are you?" "Someone who just lost a lot of money. Tell me, Master Chief, is Angel 7 alive?" "That's classified." Laughter. Cold. "Of course it is. Well, it doesn't matter. Team 3 was always expendable. Just like you are. Just like she is. This base will be sterilized within the hour. Everyone inside will be classified as casualties of a terrorist attack. Your families will get folded flags and condolence letters. And Angel 7's research will disappear into a classified vault where it belongs." The line went dead. Rodriguez's blood turned to ice. "Hayes, get command on the line. Now. We need full lockdown and air support." "Sir, what did they say?" "They're going to kill everyone on this base and blame it on terrorists." Hayes ran. Rodriguez turned to the remaining team. "Chen, Thompson with me. We're getting to medical. If they want Jade Morgan dead, we need her alive and talking." They moved fast. Double time through smoke and chaos. Other Marines were securing the perimeter, evacuating non-essentials, following protocol. But protocol wouldn't save them from what was coming. Rodriguez reached medical, pushed through the doors, found Martinez working on Jade in the main trauma bay. She was conscious now, sitting up, arguing. I'm fine. I need to get up. We don't have time. Ma'am, with respect, you collapsed 30 seconds after taking down 6 armed men. You're not fine. I collapsed because that smoke capsule had a secondary sedative. Standard protocol. Makes your body shut down temporarily so you can't be interrogated immediately after capture. It wore off. I'm fine now. Martinez looked at Rodriguez. Sir, she's refusing treatment. She can refuse all she wants. Jade, we need to talk. Now. Jade swung her legs off the table, stood, swayed slightly, but caught herself. Talk fast. We've got maybe 40 minutes before they hit us again. They said they're sterilizing the base, killing everyone, blaming it on terrorists. Jade's expression didn't change. Of course they are. Standard playbook. Maximum casualties, maximum cover story. You knew this would happen. I suspected. Why do you think I came prepared? She moved to where her medical bag sat, opened it, started pulling out equipment Rodriguez didn't recognize. What is all that? Insurance, backup plans, the things you carry when you've been dead for 4 years and you know the people who killed you are still looking. She assembled something that looked like a small electronic device. How many people on this base right now? 217, plus civilians. Evacuation status. In progress. But it'll take at least an hour to clear everyone. We don't have an hour. Jade activated the device. A holographic display appeared. Map of the base. Red dots appearing around the perimeter. They've already got us surrounded. 8 entry points. Approximately 40 hostiles. Heavy weapons. They're not coming in quietly this time. Hayes stared at the display. How are you tracking them? Micro-drones. Deployed them before I walked into the courtyard. They've been mapping hostile positions for the last 10 minutes. She pointed to clusters of red dots. These are sniper positions. These are vehicle-mounted weapons. And these, she highlighted 4 dots moving toward the main building, are demolition teams. They're going to bring down the command center first, cut off communications, then systematically clear buildings. Rodriguez felt his training kick in. We need to evacuate now. Full emergency protocol. Won't work. They've got the exits covered. Anyone who tries to leave gets cut down. Jade zoomed the map. But there's another option. What option? We don't run. We fight. With what? We've got maybe 50 combat-ready personnel against 40 professional killers with heavy weapons. Jade smiled. That same cold smile from the roof. Master Chief, you're forgetting something. They have 40 professionals. You have Angel 7. Martinez stepped forward. Ma'am, one person can't. I'm not one person. I'm 127 missions. 127 successful operations where everyone said the casualties were acceptable and I proved them wrong. 127 times I looked at impossible odds and said, not today. She turned to Rodriguez. You want to save everyone on this base? Then you need to trust me, completely. No questions, no hesitation. Can you do that? Rodriguez thought about Emma, about promises made to dying men, about a medic who held his hand when death seemed easier than living. Yes. Good. Then here's what we're going to do. 20 minutes later, Rodriguez stood in the command center with his team. Jade's plan spread out on the tactical display. It was insane. Impossible. Exactly the kind of plan that got people killed. But it was the only plan they had. Commander Reynolds had arrived from off-base. He stood at the head of the table staring at the display looking like he'd seen a ghost. Because he had. Angel 7, he said quietly. You're really alive. Commander? Jade nodded. Respectful but not deferential. Good to see you again. They told me you died, IED, body never recovered. We had a service. You had a cover story, and it worked. I've been operating under deep cover for 4 years, training medics, rewriting protocols, saving lives quietly. Would have kept doing it too, except someone leaked my location. Reynolds sat heavily. Who? Someone in your chain of command. Someone with access to classified medical research databases. Someone who benefits from keeping battlefield medicine exactly where it is expensive, inefficient, and profitable. That's a serious accusation. It's the truth. Those contractors outside, They're not here for terrorism. They're here for intellectual property theft and witness elimination. The research we developed could save thousands of lives and cost billions in lost profits. Someone wants it buried, along with everyone who knows about it. Hayes leaned forward. So we're fighting a black ops team funded by defense contractors, funded by people who profit from prolonged conflicts and high casualty rates. Same thing. Reynolds rubbed his face. This goes higher than I can handle. We need to call DOD, get federal intervention. Can't. Jade pulled up communications data. They've jammed all external frequencies. We're cut off, isolated. By the time anyone realizes something's wrong, we'll all be dead, and the official story will already be written. Then we're trapped. No commander. We're motivated. Jade changed the display. Here's the play. They expect us to defend, to hold positions, to wait for help that's not coming. So we do the opposite. We attack. Rodriguez stared at her. Attack with 50 personnel against 40 professional killers. 37 now. Team 3 is down. That leaves 37 hostiles who think they have the advantage, who think we're scared, who think we'll make predictable choices. Jade's finger traced the map. But we have something they don't. We have this base. We know every building, every corridor, every ventilation shaft and access point. We have home field advantage. And we have Angel 7. Martinez spoke up. Ma'am, what exactly does that mean, Angel 7? What can you do that we can't? Jade was quiet for a moment. Then she pulled off her gray jacket. The room went silent. Her arms were covered in scars. Not battle scars. Surgical scars. Precise. Deliberate. Running from her shoulders to her wrists. She turned around. Her back told a different story. More surgical scars. But also a tattoo. Large. Detailed. A sniper scope intertwined with a medical cross. Below it, text, Angel 7, 127 kills. 127 confirmed kills, Jade said quietly. But that's not what makes me Angel 7. Every one of those kills was someone who was about to kill someone else. Every single one was a choice between letting a good person die or stopping a bad person permanently. And every single time I chose to save the people worth saving. She pulled her jacket back on. These scars are from field modifications, experimental procedures. I volunteered to test every protocol I developed, every trauma technique, every emergency procedure. I did it to myself first. Because I don't ask anyone to trust something I wouldn't trust with my own life. Reynolds stood, moved to her, really looked at her. You were the best we ever had, he said. The absolute best. And we let them kill you. You let them think they killed me. There's a difference. Why didn't you come to me? Why stay hidden? Because I didn't know who to trust. Still don't. But right now, that doesn't matter. Right now, 217 people are counting on us to keep them alive. So that's what we're going to do. She activated the tactical display again. Rodriguez, you take Team Alpha. 12 operators. Your objective is the north perimeter. They've got 2 sniper teams there. Heavy rifles. They're covering the main evacuation route. You neutralize them, you open up an escape path for civilians. Rodriguez nodded. Understood. Hayes Team Bravo, 10 operators, east perimeter. They've got vehicle-mounted weapons there. Take them out and we eliminate their heavy firepower advantage. Got it. Chen Thompson, you're with me. We're taking the command center. That's where their tactical coordinator will be. The person running this operation. We take him down, the rest falls apart. Martinez raised his hand. What about medical? We've got wounded, civilians, people who can't fight. You're staying here, defending medical. If anyone breaks through our lines, you're the last defense. Can you handle that? Yes, ma'am. Good, because those people in there are counting on you to keep them alive long enough for us to end this. Jake stepped forward. Ma'am, I want to come with you. No. Ma'am, please. I can help. I can... Jake. Jade's voice gentled. You already helped. You pulled that trigger when I needed you to. You trusted me when nobody else would. You're a good Marine, but this is what I was trained for, what I was built for. You stay here. You protect the wounded. That's your mission. Jake looked like he wanted to argue. Didn't. Just nodded. Yes, ma'am. Jade turned back to the room. Everyone clear on objectives. Chorus of affirmatives. Good. One more thing. These people outside, they're professionals. They're good at what they do. They've probably got families, probably got reasons they tell themselves for doing this work. I don't care. The moment they decided to kill innocent people for money, they stopped being soldiers and started being murderers. You show them the respect you'd show any enemy combatant. You give them one chance to surrender. If they don't take it, you end them. Clear. Clear. Move out in 5. Check your gear. Say your prayers. And remember, we're not fighting for orders or protocols or chains of command. We're fighting for the person next to us, for the civilians hiding in bunkers, for every soldier who'll benefit from the research they're trying to destroy. That's what matters. That's worth dying for. The room emptied. Personnel moving to their assignments. Rodriguez lingered. Jade, can I ask you something? Always. Those 127 kills, do you remember them all? Jade met his eyes. Every single one. Their faces, their positions, the exact moment I pulled the trigger. I remember all of them. Do they keep you up at night? No. You know what keeps me up? The people I couldn't save. The ones who died before I got there. The ones who bled out while I was working on someone else. Those are the faces I see. Those are the names I remember. Rodriguez nodded slowly. Emma keeps me up. I know. But Rodriguez, listen to me. Emma's death wasn't your fault. You couldn't have known. Couldn't have prevented it. You were doing your job, saving people who needed you. I should have been home. And if you had been, someone else's father dies. Someone else's daughter loses her dad. You can't save everyone, but you can save the people in front of you right now. That's all any of us can do. Rodriguez felt something loosen in his chest. You should have been a therapist. I am a therapist, combat trauma specialist, certified in everything. She smiled. Now get your team ready. We've got work to do. Rodriguez left. Jade stood alone in the command center. Let herself have 30 seconds. 30 seconds to feel the fear, the exhaustion, the weight of 127 kills and thousands of saves. Then she pushed it all down, locked it away, became Angel 7 again. Chen appeared in the doorway. Ma'am, we're ready. Good. Let's go. They moved through the building. 3 operators. Light gear. Fast and quiet. Jade led them through corridors she'd mapped before sunrise. Past rooms she'd marked. Toward a confrontation she'd been preparing for since the moment someone leaked her location. Thompson whispered, Ma'am, how do you know where their coordinator is? Because I know how these operations work. They need line of sight to multiple entry points. They need secure communications. They need quick extraction. There's only one building on this base that gives them all 3. Building 12. The old observation tower. That's 500 yards from here. Then we better move fast. They exited the building. Dawn had fully broken now. Light streaming across the base, making everything visible, making them visible. Jade moved anyway, not running, not hiding, just walking with purpose. Chen grabbed her arm. Ma'am, we're exposed. They'll see us. That's the point. They need to see me. They need to think I'm making a mistake, that I'm reckless, desperate. Jade kept walking. Trust the plan. They crossed open ground, every instinct screaming danger, every nerve expecting a bullet. Nothing. They reached Building 12. Jade tried the door. Locked. She pulled out a small device, placed it against the lock, activated it. The lock clicked open. What is that? Thompson asked. Electromagnetic lockpick. Developed it 3 years ago. Works on any electronic lock. Jade pushed the door open. After you. They entered. The building was dark. Quiet. Too quiet. Jade's hand went to her sidearm. Chen and Thompson flanked her. They climbed stairs. 3 flights. 4. 5. At the top, a door. Light coming from underneath. Voices inside. Low. Professional. Jade held up 3 fingers. Counted down. 3, 2, 1. She kicked the door open. The room erupted. 4 men. Tactical gear. Weapons raising. Chen and Thompson engaged immediately. Shots fired. Bodies dropping. But Jade focused on one person. The woman in the corner. Mid-50s. Gray suit. No weapons. Just a laptop and a satellite phone. The coordinator. Their eyes met. The woman smiled. "Hello, Sarah." Jade froze. That name. That face. "Dr. Reeves," Jade whispered. "You remember?" "I'm touched." Chen shouted. "Ma'am, who is this tripper?" "My former supervisor, the person who designed the Angel 7 program." Jade's voice went cold. "And the person who tried to kill me 4 years ago." Dr. Reeves stood, calmly, like they were having tea instead of standing in a combat zone. "Tried. My dear, I succeeded. Sarah Chen died in Kandahar. Jade Morgan is someone else entirely. Someone who's caused me a great deal of trouble. You sold the research, sold it to contractors, to corporations. I monetized it. There's a difference. You developed something extraordinary, Sarah, something worth billions, and you wanted to give it away for free. That's not how the world works. People are dying because of you. People die anyway. At least this way, their deaths serve a purpose. Fund research, advance medicine, create profit that drives innovation. Jade's weapons stayed trained. You're under arrest. Am I? By whose authority you're officially dead. Remember, you have no rank, no jurisdiction. You're a ghost making threats. Then I'll haunt you until you confess. Dr. Reeves laughed. Confess to what? This operation, it's sanctioned, black budget, fully authorized by people so far above your pay grade you'll never even know their names. You think you're fighting corruption. You're fighting the system, and the system always wins. Outside explosions, gunfire. The assault had begun. Dr. Reeves glanced at her watch. 37 minutes. That's how long until this base is completely overrun. Until everyone you're trying to save is dead. You can shoot me if you want. Won't change anything. Won't save anyone. Jade's finger tightened on the trigger. Chen stepped forward. Ma'am, don't. We need her alive. She's evidence. She's right, Dr. Reeves said. You need me. Because I'm the only one who can call this off. The only one who can order those contractors to stand down. Why would you do that? Because you're going to give me what I want. The complete research, all your protocols, all your techniques, everything you've developed over 4 years. You hand it over, I call off the attack. Everyone lives. And you sell it to the highest bidder. Obviously. Jade lowered her weapon, looked at Chen and Thompson, saw the same question in their eyes. Save everyone now, or fight for principle and watch people die. How do I know you'll keep your word? You don't, but what choice do you have? Rodriguez's voice crackled over the radio. Jade, we're taking heavy fire. North perimeter is pinned down. Casualties mounting. We need air support now. Hayes next. East perimeter collapsing. They've broken through. Multiple hostiles heading for medical. Martinez. Panicked. We've got wounded in the halls. We can't hold them. We need backup. Jade closed her eyes. Heard 127 voices. 127 people she'd saved by making impossible choices. Opened her eyes. Made another one. Chen restrained Dr. Reeves. Thompson, secure the laptop. We're taking both back to command. Ma'am, she said she could stop this. She's lying. These people don't negotiate. They don't compromise. They kill witnesses and tie up loose ends. We're all loose ends. Every single person on this base. Jade grabbed Dr. Reeves, spun her around, cuffed her. You're coming with us, and you're going to watch what happens when you underestimate Angel 7. She keyed her radio. All teams, this is Angel 7. Change of plans. Fall back to medical, defensive positions. We're not fighting to win. We're fighting to survive long enough for Protocol Blackbird. Rodriguez's voice came back. Jade, what's Protocol Blackbird? The backup plan. The one I really hoped we'd never need. Just hold your positions for 10 more minutes. Can you do that? We'll do it or die trying. That's what I'm afraid of. Orchestrated high-stakes narrative continuation with intense action and character psychology. Jade dragged Dr. Reeves down the stairs. Chen and Thompson flanked them, weapons up, scanning every corner. You're making a mistake, Dr. Reeves said. Calm. Too calm. Those men will kill everyone. You can't stop them. Watch me. They hit the ground floor. Jade kicked open the exit door. Gunfire erupted immediately. Rounds sparked off the doorframe. Chen returned fire. 3-round bursts. Controlled. Professional. Contact left 2 hostiles on the roof. Thompson dropped to one knee, aimed, fired twice. Both hostiles went down. Jade pulled Dr. Reeves behind a concrete barrier, keyed her radio. Rodriguez, what's your status, Bob Omsa? Pinned down. They've got us in a crossfire. We're taking casualties. Davidson's hit. Morales is down. We can't hold this position. Fall back to medical, now. If we move, they'll cut us down. If you stay, you die anyway. Move. Hayes's voice cut in. East perimeter is gone. They broke through. At least 15 hostiles heading for the main building. We're falling back, but they're on our heels. Martinez, terrified. They're in the building. They're in the building. We've got civilians screaming wounded everywhere, and I've got 4 Marines against God knows how many. Martinez, listen to me. Jade's voice cut through the panic. Lock down the trauma bay. Barricade the doors. Use the wounded as cover if you have to. I'm coming. Ma'am, there's no way you can... 3 minutes. Hold for 3 minutes. She cut the transmission. Looked at Chen and Thompson. Get her to command. Lock her in the detention cell. Guard that laptop with your lives. Don't let anyone near it. Ma'am, where are you going? To save people. Jade checked her sidearm. Full magazine. 2 spares. Not enough. Never enough. Go, now. Chen hesitated. Ma'am, you can't take on 15 contractors alone. I'm not alone. I've got Angel 7. That's 14 more than I need. She moved before they could argue. Fast, low, using cover. Gunfire echoed across the base. Explosions, screaming, the sounds of a battle being lost. Jade ran toward it. Her mind calculated as she moved. 15 hostiles, multiple entry points, civilians in the crossfire, wounded who couldn't move. 4 Marines who were about to die trying to protect them. Standard impossible odds. She'd faced worse. Kandahar. 73 hostiles, 12 wounded, 2 functioning weapons. She'd kept everyone alive for 4 hours until extraction. Lost count of her kills after 30. Mosul. 81 hostiles. Building collapse. Medical supplies buried. She'd performed surgery with a combat knife and duct tape. Everyone survived. Syria. 97 hostiles. Chemical weapons. Half her team incapacitated. She'd cleared 3 buildings solo while carrying 2 wounded on her back. This was just Tuesday. Jade reached the main building, pressed against the wall, listened. Footsteps inside. Multiple. Heavy boots. Professional spacing. She pulled something from her pocket, small metal cylinder, twisted the top, threw it through the broken window, waited 3 seconds. Explosion. Not fire, not shrapnel. Sound. The flashbang detonated with a crack that shook the building. Jade moved immediately, through the window, rolling, coming up with her weapon ready. 5 contractors, disoriented, blinded, clutching their ears. Jade put them down in 4 seconds. Pressure points, precise strikes. They dropped like puppets with cut strings. She grabbed one of their rifles. Checked the magazine. Full. 30 rounds. Good. Moved deeper into the building. More footsteps. Voices shouting. Coordinating. Team 6, we've got contact. Repeat contact. Someone's inside. Identify target. Unknown. Single hostile. Moving fast. Single hostile. Take them down. Don't let them reach the medical wing. Jade smiled. Keyed the radio she'd taken. Too late. She burst into the corridor. 10 contractors, all turning, all raising weapons. She was faster. First shot took down the lead man. Second shot shattered the overhead light. Darkness. Chaos. Jade moved through it like a ghost, using the darkness, using their confusion, using every skill she'd learned in 127 missions. Her rifle barked. Once, twice, 3 times, 4. Bodies dropped. The remaining contractors opened fire, blind, desperate, hitting walls, sealing each other. Jade was already gone. She flanked them, came up behind, put down 3 more with her sidearm. The last 3 realized their mistake, tried to retreat. Jade didn't let them. She crossed the distance in 2 seconds, disarmed the first one, used his weapon against the second. The third tried to fight hand to hand. Bad choice. Jade broke his arm at the elbow, swept his legs, put him down hard. Silence. 10 contractors down in under a minute. Jade checked herself. No wounds, barely winded. She moved to the medical wing, kicked open the door. Martinez stood there with 4 Marines, all looking terrified, all looking ready to die, defending the wounded behind them. "Ma'am," Martinez's voice cracked with relief. "How did you?" Later. "How many wounded?" 17, 3 critical, the rest stable but can't move. Civilians. 32. Women, children, base, personnel, families. Jade did the math. 49 people who couldn't fight, couldn't run, couldn't defend themselves. "We're moving them, all of them, to the bunker system." "Ma'am, that's 300 yards across open ground. They'll see us. They'll cut us down. Not if they're busy fighting something else." Jade keyed her radio. "Rodriguez, Hayes, sound off." Rodriguez first. "We're at medical, barely. Lost 5 people getting here. More wounded." Hayes, "Made it. But they're regrouping. We've got maybe 2 minutes before they hit us with everything." "Good. I need you to do something for me. Something that'll seem insane. More insane than what we're already doing. Much more. I need you to attack." Silence. Then Rodriguez. "Say again." "Attack. All of you. Every able-bodied person. I need you to hit them hard. Make them think we're making a desperate last stand. Draw their attention. Give them a target they can't ignore." "Jade, that's suicide. We'll all die. You'll all die anyway if you sit there. At least this way you die saving people. 49 people. Women, children. People who'll grow up because you made the hard choice." More silence. Then Hayes. "What's Protocol Blackbird? What's your real plan?" Jade closed her eyes, opened them. "You really want to know?" "Yes. It's an extraction system. Automated. Triggered by biometric signature. Mine. When my heart stops, it activates. Sends out a distress signal on every military frequency. Classified. Unblockable. Command will have eyes on this base in 30 seconds. Air support in 5 minutes. Rodriguez's voice went cold. "When your heart stops, you're planning to die. I'm planning to save everyone. There's a difference. The hell there is. You trigger that you're dead, no coming back, no resurrection this time. I've been dead for 4 years. At least this time it'll mean something." Martinez grabbed her arm. "Ma'am, no, there has to be another way." "There isn't. You know there isn't. We're outgunned, outmanned, and out of time. But if I can get their attention, if I can make them focus on me, you can evacuate everyone. Get them to safety. Keep them alive until support arrives." "You're talking about sacrificing yourself." "I'm talking about doing my job, saving lives. That's all I've ever done." Jake appeared from behind the wounded. His face was white, his hands shaking. "Ma'am, I can't let you do this." "I won't." "Jake, you don't have a choice. None of you do. This is the only play we have left." "Then I'm coming with you." "No." "Ma'am, please." Jade grabbed his face, forced him to look at her. "Jake Reeves, your brother Marcus died because he stepped on an IED trying to save his squad. You think about that every day. You wonder if you'll ever be that brave. Well, guess what? You already are, because you're going to stay here. You're going to protect these people. You're going to make sure his death meant something by keeping others alive. Can you do that?" Jake's eyes filled with tears. "Yes, ma'am." "Good." She released him, stepped back. "Rodriguez, Hayes, you've got 3 minutes. Attack on my signal. Go hard. Go loud. Make them think you've lost your minds. Draw every hostile on this base to your position. Then when I trigger Protocol Blackbird, you run. You evacuate everyone. You don't stop. You don't look back. You just run and keep running until you hear the helicopters." "Clear." Rodriguez's voice was rough. "Clear. But Jade, Save it. We both know how this ends. We've both known since the moment I walked onto this base. I'm dead either way. At least this way it counts. She cut the transmission before he could respond. Turned to Martinez. Get them ready to move. The second you hear the attack, you go. Use the underground tunnel system. Comes out near the west perimeter. They won't expect it. You'll have maybe 5 minutes before they realize what's happening. Use them. Ma'am, no arguments, no goodbyes. Just do what I'm telling you and keep these people alive. She moved toward the door, stopped, looked back at the wounded, the civilians, the children crying in their mother's arms. This was why she'd become a medic, this moment, this choice. She pushed through the door, started moving toward the command center. Her radio crackled. Chen's voice. Ma'am, Dr. Reeves is secured. The laptop is locked down. But ma'am, she's saying things I think you need to hear. I'm busy. She's saying Protocol Blackbird won't work. She's saying they've got a countermeasure, some kind of jammer that blocks the signal. Jade stopped walking. What? She's laughing, ma'am. She's saying you're walking into a trap, that they knew you'd try something like this, that they've been planning for it. Ice ran through Jade's veins. Put her on. Static. Then Dr. Reeves's voice, smug, satisfied. Hello again, Sarah. What did you do? My job. You think you're the only one who plans ahead, the only one with backup protocols. We've been tracking you for months, ever since you started training medics, started spreading your precious techniques. We knew you'd surface eventually, and we knew you'd have an extraction plan. So we built a countermeasure, a signal jammer, radius of 2 miles, blocks every frequency you can imagine, including your precious Blackbird. You're lying. MI test it. Trigger your biometric failsafe. See what happens. Spoiler alert, nothing. No signal, no cavalry, no rescue. Just you dying for nothing while everyone you tried to save gets killed anyway. Jade's mind raced. Calculated. Recalculated. If Dr. Reeves was telling the truth, Protocol Blackbird was worthless. Everyone would die, including her. And it wouldn't save anyone. But if she was lying, if this was a last-ditch attempt to make Jade give up, then Protocol Blackbird was still viable. Still the only option. How to know which? Her radio crackled. Rodriguez. Jade, we're in position. Ready to attack on your signal. But I'm only doing this if you're sure. If you're absolutely certain this is the only way. Jade stood in the corridor. Alone. 49 people behind her counting on her decision. 217 people on this base counting on her plan. 127 successful missions built on impossible choices. This was just one more. Rodriguez, hold position. Change of plans. What? The signal jammer. They've blocked Protocol Blackbird. It won't work. Then what do? We improvise, like we always do. Jade started moving again. Faster now. Purpose clear. Chen, I need you to do something with that laptop. Can you access their tactical network? Maybe, if I can crack the encryption. What am I looking for? The jammer, location, frequency, how to shut it down. Ma'am, that could take hours. You've got 5 minutes. Make it work. She ran now. Full sprint. Her body moved on autopilot while her mind worked through scenarios, variables, options. The jammer had to be close, had to be somewhere central, somewhere they could protect it, somewhere the old radio tower, of course, highest point on base, perfect line of sight, easy to defend, hard to reach, exactly where she'd put it. Jade changed direction, headed for the tower. Her radio. Jade, where are you going? We need orders. They're closing in. I'm getting us a miracle. Hold your positions. Don't engage unless they force you. I need 10 minutes. We don't have 10 minutes. Then buy them. Do whatever you have to do. Fire warning shots. Fake negotiations. Throw rocks. I don't care. Just hold. She reached the base of the radio tower, looked up. 12 stories. Exterior ladder. No cover. She started climbing. Gunfire erupted below. The contractors had spotted her. Rounds sparked off the ladder, off the tower structure. One grazed her shoulder. Pain flared. She kept climbing. More gunfire. More rounds. The ladder shook with impacts. Jade focused on one rung at a time. One hand. One foot. One breath. 7 stories. 8. 9. Her shoulder was bleeding. Her hands were slipping. Her muscles screamed. She climbed. 10 stories. 11. 12. The platform. She pulled herself over, collapsed, gasped for air, gunfire below. They were coming. She forced herself up, moved to the equipment shed at the center of the platform, locked. Jade pulled out her electromagnetic pick, placed it against the lock. It sparked, died, damaged from the climb. She dropped it, stepped back, kicked the door. Once, twice, 3 times. The lock gave. Inside standard radio equipment, and one device that didn't belong. Military-grade signal jammer. Active. Running. Jade moved to it, studied it. 30 seconds to understand the configuration. She pulled her knife, started cutting wires. Carefully, precisely. Footsteps on the ladder below. They were coming. She cut faster. 1 wire, 2, 3. The jammer's display flickered. Come on, come on. 4 wires. 5. The display went dark. The jammer died. Jade let out a breath. Keyed her radio. Chen, the jammer's down. Can you get a signal out? Testing. Wait 1. Gunfire. Closer now. They were almost here. Chen, I need an answer. Negative. They've got backup jammers. Multiple locations. I'm reading 4 more across the base. Ma'am, you'd have to take down all of them. Locations. Chen rattled off coordinates. 4 locations. 4 jammers. All protected. All defended. Impossible to reach all of them before the contractors broke through. Jade looked at her options. No good ones. Only impossible ones. She smiled, started moving. The first contractor's head appeared over the platform edge. Jade kicked him in the face. He fell. 12 stories. Screaming. 2 more came up. She engaged, hand to hand. No room for weapons. Just fists and knees and elbows. She put them down. Hard. More coming. Jade didn't wait. She grabbed the exterior cable line, the one used for maintenance, wrapped it around her wrist, jumped. The cable caught, held. She swung across the base, momentum carrying her toward the next jammer location, Building 7, 300 yards. She released at the apex of her swing, flew through the air, hit the roof of Building 7 rolling, came up running, found the jammer, disabled it. 45 seconds. Moved to the next location. Building 3, the administrative complex. This one was different. Heavily guarded. 6 contractors in defensive positions. Jade didn't slow down, didn't think, just moved. She hit them like a hurricane, used their surprise, used their overconfidence, used every dirty trick she'd learned in 127 missions. Disabled the 3rd jammer, 90 seconds, 2 left. Her radio Jade. They've breached medical. We're falling back to the bunker entrance, casualties mounting. We can't hold much longer. 3 minutes. I need 3 more minutes. We don't have 3 minutes. Then make them. That's an order. She ran. Building 10, the motor pool, 8 contractors, heavy weapons. Jade didn't have a plan anymore. Didn't have time for plans. She just had training, instinct, and the absolute refusal to let good people die while she still breathed. She hit the motor pool at full speed, grabbed a fire extinguisher off the wall, threw it into their midst, shot it. The explosion wasn't large, just enough. Chemical fog filled the area. Jade moved through it, a ghost in the smoke, taking them down one by one. Disabled the 4th jammer. 2 minutes, 1 left. Final jammer, most protected location. The command center, where Reynolds had set up defensive positions, where Dr. Reeves was being held, where Chen and Thompson were guarding the research. Jade keyed her radio. Chen, the 5th jammer. It's in your location. Find it. Kill it. Now. Ma'am, we're under attack. At least 20 hostiles outside. We can't leave our positions. You have to. That jammer goes down, we can call for help. Otherwise, we all die here. Chen's voice came back. Determined. Copy that. Searching now. Jade ran toward the command center. Her body was failing. Her shoulder wouldn't stop bleeding. Her legs felt like lead. She ran anyway. Had to get there. Had to help. Had to explosion. The command center erupted in flames. Jade's radio. Ma'am, they're in the command center. We've got multiple casualties. Dr. Reeves is static. Nothing. Jade's heart stopped, then started again, harder, faster, driven by something beyond training, beyond duty, by rage, pure, focused, rage. She covered the last 100 yards in 15 seconds, burst through the flames, through the smoke, found Chen on the ground, wounded but alive, Thompson beside her, defending her with his body, found Reynolds, fighting hand-to-hand with 3 contractors, found Dr. Reeves, running, trying to escape in the chaos. Jade grabbed her, slammed her against the wall. Where is it? Where's the jammer? Go to hell. Jade hit her, once, precisely, pressure point below the ear. Dr. Reeves crumpled. I've been to hell. I walked out. Your turn to visit. She searched the room, found the jammer, hidden behind equipment, active, running, reached for it. Gunfire. Pain exploded in her side. She looked down. Blood. Lots of blood. Looked up. Contractor standing in the doorway, weapon raised, smiling. Angel 7. Finally. Do you know how much you're worth? How much they're paying for proof of your death? Jade's hand found her sidearm, raised it. Her vision was blurring, her hands shaking. She fired. Missed. The contractor laughed. You're done. You're finished. All those missions, all those saves, they end here, with you bleeding out on the floor while everyone you tried to protect dies screaming. He aimed. Jake appeared behind him, put a rifle to the back of his head. Nobody threatens her. Nobody. He pulled the trigger. The contractor dropped. Jake ran to Jade. Ma'am, stay with me. Don't you die. Don't you dare die. Jade's hand found the jammer, pulled wires, ripped components. The device died. Her radio crackled. Clear. Strong. Chen's voice. Signal's clear. We've got comms sending distress now. Jade smiled, blood on her teeth. Good. That's good. Jake pressed hands to her wound. Ma'am, you're losing too much blood. I need to stop the bleeding. The research, the laptop, secure it, get it to someone you trust. Ma'am. Do it, Marine. That's an order. Thompson appeared, grabbed the laptop. Got it. Chen's uploading copies to military servers. Multiple locations. They can't stop it now. Rodriguez burst in. Saw Jade. His face went white. No, Jade, no. Did everyone get out? They're evacuating now, all 49, safe, because of you. She nodded. That was good. That was enough. Her vision darkened. Hayes' voice from somewhere distant. Air support's inbound, 3 minutes out. Just hold on. Jade's hand found Rodriguez's, squeezed. Weak. Emma would be proud. Don't you do this. Don't you leave us. Been dead 4 years. Time to make it official. That's not funny. Wasn't a joke. Her eyes closed. Rodriguez screamed her name. Jake kept pressure on the wound. She's still breathing. She's still alive. Get the medics. Get them now. Martinez arrived with medical supplies. Started working. I've got weak pulse. Massive blood loss. She needs surgery. She needs... Then do it. Save her. That's what she'd do for any of us. Martinez worked. Fast. Desperate. Using every technique Jade had taught him. Above them, the sound of helicopters. Support arriving. Too late to fight. Just in time to save. Maybe. Martinez's hands moved on autopilot. Pressure. Clamps. Gauze. Every technique Jade had taught him over 3 years of training. Stay with me, ma'am. Stay with me. Jade's pulse was fading, her skin cold, her breathing shallow. Rodriguez kept her hand in his. Come on, Angel, you don't get to die. Not after everything, not after saving all of us. The helicopters landed outside, rotors screaming, Marines pouring out. SEAL Team 6, full combat gear. Ready for war. Too late for the war. Just in time for the aftermath. Commander Reynolds appeared in the doorway, took in the scene. His face went pale. Is that... It's her, Rodriguez said. It's Angel 7, and she's dying. Reynolds moved fast, dropped to his knees beside Martinez. What do you need? Blood. Plasma. A surgical team. She's got a through-and-through gunshot wound. Nicked her hepatic artery. I've got it clamped, but I can't repair it here. She needs a hospital. Get her on the bird. Now. We've got a trauma surgeon on standby. They loaded Jade onto a stretcher. Rodriguez wouldn't let go of her hand. Sir, you need to release her. We need to move. I'm coming with her. Sir, that's not a request. They ran. Across the burning compound. Past bodies. Past smoke and debris. Past the 49 people Jade had saved now being evacuated by the support team. One of the children, a little girl maybe 7, saw the stretcher. Started crying. Is the angel lady okay? Is she going to be okay? Rodriguez couldn't answer. They reached the helicopter. Loaded Jade. Martinez jumped in beside her. Continued working. Rodriguez climbed in. Hayes followed. Then Jake. Then Chen and Thompson. Sir, we're overweight, the pilot said. Reynolds appeared at the door, looked at Rodriguez, at the team surrounding Jade, all refusing to leave her. Make it work, Lieutenant. That's an order. The pilot nodded. Yes, sir. The helicopter lifted, nose dipped, struggled with the weight, then found altitude. Headed for Naval Hospital Camp Pendleton, 12 minutes out. Martinez worked frantically. I'm losing her. Pressure's dropping. She's not responding. Then make her respond, Rodriguez's voice cracked. You're her student. You're the medic she trained. You know what she'd do, so do it. Martinez's hands steadied. His face changed, became focused, determined. He grabbed the defibrillator. Charging. Clear. Jade's body arced. Nothing. Again. Charging. Clear. Another arc. Still nothing. Jake grabbed Martinez's shoulder. Don't stop. She wouldn't stop. Not for any of us. Charging. Clear. This time Jade's body responded. A gasp. A cough. Her eyes fluttered. Martinez checked her pulse. I've got rhythm, weak but steady. She's back. Rodriguez let out a breath he didn't know he was holding. That's it. That's my girl. You fight. You keep fighting. The helicopter pushed harder. Faster. 9 minutes to the hospital. Jade's lips moved. Barely a whisper. Rodriguez leaned close. What are you saying? The research. Did Chen upload it? Yes, it's done. It's safe. Multiple servers. They can't stop it now. Good. Then it wasn't for nothing. Nothing about you was for nothing. You saved 217 lives today. You stopped Dr. Reeves. You protected your research. You did everything right. Jade's hand squeezed his. Weak. Kandahar. You asked if I remember. All 127. I know. 128 now. Tell Jake. Marcus would be proud. Jake moved closer, tears streaming. Ma'am, I'm right here. You can tell me yourself when you wake up. Might not wake up. Yes, you will. Because you're Angel 7. Because you're the toughest person I've ever met. Because you don't quit. Jade smiled, blood on her teeth. Smart kid. 6 minutes to the hospital. Martinez rechecked her vitals. Blood pressure's still dropping. The clamp's not holding. She's bleeding internally. I can't stop it without surgery. How long can she last? Minutes, maybe less. Reynolds' voice came over the radio from another helicopter. Rodriguez, I'm mobilizing the surgical team. They'll be ready when you land. But I need to know, is she stable enough to transport? Rodriguez looked at Jade, at her pale face, at the blood soaking through the bandages. No, sir. But we don't have a choice. Copy that. I'm calling ahead. They'll be ready. 4 minutes. Jade's eyes closed. Her breathing slowed. Martinez worked harder, pumping fluids, monitoring vitals, fighting to keep her alive. Come on, ma'am. Don't you quit on me. You taught me everything I know. You showed me how to save lives when everyone said it was impossible. Now I need you to let me save yours. Hayes moved beside Rodriguez. She's going to make it. She has to make it. What if she doesn't? Then we make sure her death means something. We make sure that research gets used. We make sure every protocol she developed saves the lives she wanted to save. We finish what she started." Rodriguez nodded, but he couldn't let go of her hand, couldn't accept that this might be the last time he saw her alive. 2 minutes. The hospital came into view, trauma team waiting on the helipad, surgical bay prepped, everything ready. The helicopter touched down, hard, rough. The doors flew open. Doctors and nurses swarmed, took Jade, started moving. Rodriguez tried to follow. A nurse blocked him. "Sir, you can't go back there. You need to let them work." "That woman saved my life, twice. I'm not leaving her." "Sir, if you go back there, you'll be in the way. You'll slow them down. Is that what you want?" Rodriguez stopped, his hand still reaching for Jade's stretcher as it disappeared through the doors. Hayes pulled him back. "Let them work. It's what she'd want." They stood on the helipad, blood on their uniforms, smoke in their lungs, watching the doors close, waiting, always waiting. Reynolds landed 2 minutes later, climbed out with Dr. Reeves in cuffs, 2 NCIS agents flanking her. "Get her to interrogation," Reynolds ordered. "I want everything. Names, locations, bank accounts. Every person involved in this conspiracy, and I want it now." The agents dragged Dr. Reeves away. She looked back at Rodriguez, smiled. "She's going to die anyway. Everything she fought for dies with her. You know that, right?" Reynolds stepped between them before Rodriguez could respond. "Master Chief, stand down." "Sir, that woman tried to kill." "I know what she did, and she'll answer for it. But right now we've got 217 people who need debriefing, wounded who need treatment, families who need notification. We've got work to do." Rodriguez wanted to argue, wanted to follow Dr. Reeves into that interrogation room and make her pay. But Reynolds was right. The work came first. It always did. They spent the next 6 hours in controlled chaos, debriefing survivors, treating wounded, accounting for casualties. 13 dead, 37 wounded. Could have been so much worse. Would have been worse without Jade. Every survivor told the same story. The woman in gray who appeared from nowhere, who took down contractors with her bare hands, who disabled jammers across the base while wounded, who refused to quit until everyone was safe. Angel 7 had become a legend in 6 hours. The little girl who'd asked about the angel lady drew a picture. Jade with wings, protecting people, saving lives. Rodriguez kept that picture. 8 hours after landing, a surgeon emerged from the operating room. Dr. Sarah Chen, the trauma researcher Jade had trained, the one the contractors had tried to execute. She looked exhausted. Her scrubs were covered in blood, but she was smiling. "She's alive, barely. Touch and go for a while. We lost her twice on the table. But she's stable now. Critical, but stable." Rodriguez felt his knees go weak. "Can I see her?" "She's in recovery, sedated. Won't wake for hours. But yes, you can see her." They followed Dr. Chen through sterile corridors, past rooms full of wounded, past nurses and doctors working overtime, to a private room at the end of the hall. Jade lay in the bed, tubes and wires everywhere, monitors beeping steadily. Her face was pale but peaceful. Rodriguez pulled a chair beside her bed, sat, took her hand again. "You made it. You stubborn, crazy, beautiful person. You made it." Dr. Chen checked the monitors. "She's going to need months of recovery, physical therapy, psychological counseling. The damage was extensive. But she'll recover. If anyone can, it's her. She's the one who taught me that the body can survive anything if the will is strong enough. And I've never met anyone with a stronger will." Jake appeared in the doorway, still in his bloody uniform, still carrying his rifle. "Ma'am, is she?" "She's alive, Marine. Come in." Jake moved to the other side of the bed, looked at Jade. "I should have been faster, should have protected her better." "You saved her life," Dr. Chen said. "That contractor was about to execute her. You stopped him. You're the reason she's breathing right now." "But I should have..." "Should have what?" "Been in 2 places at once, had psychic powers." "Jake, you did everything right. You followed her orders. You protected the wounded. You took the shot when it counted. That's all anyone could ask." Reynolds entered. He'd changed uniforms, looked more composed, but his eyes were red. "How is she?" "Critical, but stable, sir. She'll live." Reynolds moved to the foot of the bed, stared at Jade for a long moment, then did something Rodriguez had never seen in 23 years of service. Reynolds removed his cover, his hat, placed it over his heart, and saluted, a long, slow, precise salute. "Master Chief Angel 7, he said quietly. "Welcome home." Rodriguez stood, followed suit, saluted, then Hayes, then Jake, then Chen, then Thompson, then Martinez, every person in the room, every person who'd fought beside her, every person she'd saved, all saluting a woman who'd been officially dead for 4 years. A woman who'd sacrificed everything to save people she'd never met. A woman who'd proven that the uniform wasn't what made a soldier. The oath was. The commitment. The willingness to die so others could live. Reynolds lowered his salute. "I owe her an apology. We all do. Sir, we let her die 4 years ago. Let the people who tried to kill her get away with it. Let the corruption continue. Let good people suffer because we were too afraid to ask the hard questions. We failed her. And she still came back. Still fought for us. Still saved us." Rodriguez sat back down, still holding Jade's hand. "She told me once that real service isn't about recognition. It's about results. She didn't come back for apologies or medals. She came back because people needed her. Then we're going to make sure her return means something. Dr. Chen, the research. Is it secure?" "Yes, sir. Uploaded to 17 different military servers. Classified but accessible to authorized medical personnel. Every protocol Jade developed. Every technique. Every innovation. It's available now to anyone who needs it." "Good. Make it happen. I want every field medic trained on these protocols within 6 months. I want every combat hospital equipped with her techniques. I want her work to save as many lives as possible." "Yes, sir." Reynolds turned to Rodriguez. "Master Chief, I'm putting you in charge of the investigation. Find everyone involved in the conspiracy. Everyone who tried to kill Angel 7. Everyone who profited from keeping her innovations secret. I want names. I want evidence. I want prosecutions. Sir, I'd rather stay here, with her. She'd rather you finish the job, you know that." Rodriguez knew, but it didn't make leaving easier. 12 hours after the battle, NCIS finished their preliminary interrogation of Dr. Reeves. The results were damning. She'd confessed to everything. Not out of guilt, out of pride. She detailed the conspiracy, how she'd sold Jade's research to 3 different defense contractors, how she'd arranged the IED that was supposed to kill Jade in Kandahar, how she'd been hunting her for 4 years after discovering she'd survived. The contractors had paid her $47 million over 4 years. Money she'd used to build a private medical empire. Hospitals, research facilities, all profitable, all built on innovations Jade had developed. But the contractors themselves had disappeared, vanished, like they'd never existed. Rodriguez read the reports, felt his anger building. "They got away," Hayes nodded. "The contractors we captured aren't talking. Professional mercenaries, no identification, no traceable connections. Dr. Reeves gave us names, but they're all aliases, dead ends. So she profits, she goes to prison, and the people who hired her walk free. Looks that way." Rodriguez threw the report across the room. "That's not justice. That's not—" His phone rang. Unknown number. He answered. "Rodriguez." A voice. Distorted. Electronic. "Master Chief, I think we need to talk." "Who is this?" "Someone who's been watching Angel 7 for a long time. Someone who's very interested in making sure her work continues. And someone who knows where the contractors are hiding." Rodriguez's hand tightened on the phone. "You're one of them." "No, I'm someone who believes the same thing she does. That knowledge saves lives. That innovation should be free. That profit shouldn't come at the cost of human suffering. But unlike her, I don't believe in working within the system. I believe in burning it down." "What do you want?" "To offer you a choice. You can follow the official investigation, file reports, wait for bureaucracy to move at its glacial pace. Watch the contractors escape justice while more soldiers die. Or you can accept my help. I'll give you locations, evidence, everything you need to take them down, completely, permanently. In exchange for what? For your silence, for your cooperation, for your willingness to let me continue my work in the shadows while you work in the light. Who are you? Someone who should have been Angel 8. Someone who was supposed to be part of Jade's program. Someone who failed the psychological evaluation because I couldn't lie well enough about my willingness to kill people who profit from suffering. You want the contractors, I'll give them to you. But you have to decide right now. Because they're moving, relocating, covering their tracks. In 24 hours, they'll disappear forever. Rodriguez looked at Hayes, at the reports, at the dead ends and bureaucratic obstacles. Thought about Jade fighting alone for 4 years because the system had failed her. Thought about Emma dying while he was overseas following orders that didn't save her. Thought about the 13 people who died today because someone decided profit was more important than lives. Made a choice. Give me the locations. 24 hours later, simultaneous raids hit 8 locations across 3 countries. Private compounds, luxury estates, corporate headquarters. The contractors never saw it coming. 57 arrests, $400 million in seized assets, evidence connecting them to 17 separate conspiracies, weapons trafficking, drug smuggling, assassination contracts, murder for hire. All of it exposed, all of it prosecuted. The news called it the largest takedown of private military corruption in history. Rodriguez called it justice, but it came at a cost. He'd worked with someone outside the system, someone who'd fed him intelligence he couldn't officially have, someone whose methods were questionable at best, criminal at worst. He'd crossed a line, just like Jade had crossed a line 4 years ago when she'd faked her death to continue her work. Sometimes saving lives meant breaking rules. Sometimes justice required operating in the shadows. He visited Jade every day during her recovery, watched her slowly wake, slowly heal, slowly return to the land of the living. 3 weeks after the battle, she opened her eyes, focused on him, smiled. "Hey, Master Chief." "Hey, Angel. Welcome back." "How long?" 3 weeks. You've been unconscious for 3 weeks. Doctors said your body needed time to heal from the trauma. The research. Safe. Being implemented. Already saving lives. The contractors. Arrested. All of them. 57 people going to prison. 400 million seized. Jade's eyes widened. How? Someone helped us. Someone who knew things we couldn't know officially. Someone who believed in what you were doing. Who? I don't know. And I'm not sure I want to know. But they made it possible. Jade was quiet. Then, sometimes the system fails. Sometimes we have to work around it. Yeah, I'm starting to understand that. She tried to sit up, winced, fell back. How bad? You died, twice. Internal bleeding, collapsed lung, fractured ribs. You'll be in physical therapy for months, maybe a year. But I'll recover. Dr. Chen says yes. If anyone can, it's you. Jade smiled. She's a good student. I taught her well. You taught all of us well. Every medic on that base fought like hell because of your training. Every life saved was because of techniques you developed. You changed everything, Jade. You really did. Good. That's what I wanted. Rodriguez hesitated. Then, Commander Reynolds wants to give you a medal. Full ceremony. Recognition of your service. No. Jade, I don't want medals. I don't want ceremonies. I want my work to save lives. That's all. That's enough. You deserve recognition. I deserve to keep doing my job, training medics, developing protocols, saving lives quietly. That's what I'm good at. Let me do that. Rodriguez nodded. He'd expected this. Jade had never been about glory, never been about recognition, just results. Always results. Reynolds also wants to reinstate you. Full rank, full benefits, full access to whatever resources you need. On one condition. What? I work independently. No chain of command except medical necessity. No bureaucracy. No politics. I do the work that needs doing without interference. He'll agree to that. He knows what happens when people try to control you. Jade laughed, then winced. Don't make me laugh. Ribs still hurt. Sorry. She looked at him. Really looked. Rodriguez, you crossed a line, working with whoever gave you that intelligence. You know that, right? Yeah. You okay with that? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. But I know 13 people died because the system failed. Know that you almost died because the system failed. Know that sometimes doing the right thing means breaking the wrong rules. Emma would be proud of you. Rodriguez felt tears burn. You keep saying that. Because it's true. She'd be proud that you're still fighting, still saving people, still refusing to quit even when it's hard. I miss her. I know. But she's not gone. Not really. Every life you save is a piece of her living on. Every person who goes home to their family because you made the hard choice, that's Emma's legacy. That's what she'd want. Rodriguez wiped his eyes. When did you become a philosopher? 4 years of being dead gives you time to think. Jade squeezed his hand. Thank you. For everything. For trusting me. For believing me when nobody else would. For holding my hand when I thought I was dying. You did die. Twice. And you brought me back. Just like I brought you back in Kandahar. We're even now. I don't think we'll ever be even. Jake appeared in the doorway, hesitant. Ma'am, is now a good time? Come in, Marine. Jake entered. He'd cleaned up. New uniform. But his face still showed the strain of 3 weeks. Ma'am, I wanted to thank you for saving my life, for teaching me what it means to really serve, for showing me that Marcus's death wasn't pointless, that sacrifice means something when it protects people. Jade held out her hand. Jake took it. Your brother was a hero. You're a hero. Never forget that. I won't, ma'am. And Jake, I need a favor. Anything, ma'am. The medics you helped protect. The wounded you defended. I want you to train with them. Learn what they know. Become someone who can fight and heal. Someone who can protect and save. Can you do that? Jake straightened. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored. Good. Because the world needs more people like you. More people willing to stand between the innocent and the evil. More people willing to make the hard choices. Over the next month, Jade recovered slowly. Physical therapy, psychological evaluation, medical clearance. The base had changed. Commander Reynolds had implemented sweeping reforms. New protocols for handling classified medical research. New oversight for contractor relationships. New protection for whistleblowers. All because of what happened that day. All because Angel 7 refused to stay dead. But something was bothering Jade. Rodriguez could see it. The way she'd stop mid-conversation. The way she'd stare at reports. The way she'd check her phone compulsively. What's wrong? Jade looked up from her laptop. The contractors. The ones we arrested. They're not talking. So they're in prison. They can't hurt anyone. That's not how these organizations work. They're cells, compartmentalized. The people we arrested, they're foot soldiers, expendable. The real power, the people who run this operation, they're still out there. You think they'll try again? I know they will, because Dr. Reeves wasn't the only one profiting from suppressed medical innovations. She was just one cog in a much larger machine, and that machine is still running. Rodriguez felt cold. How do you know? Because 3 hospitals using my protocols have been hit with cyber attacks in the last week. Nothing major, just probes, testing defenses. Someone's looking for vulnerabilities. You think they're coming for the research again? I think they're coming for the people who use it. The medics I trained, the surgeons who implement my protocols, the researchers who've built on my work. If they can't destroy the knowledge, they'll destroy the people who spread it. We need to warn them. I already have. But Rodriguez, that's not enough. We can't just defend. We can't just react. We need to take the fight to them. How? Jade pulled up a map on her laptop. Locations marked across the country. These are facilities where my trainees work. Hospitals, research centers, training bases. Every single one is vulnerable. Every single one is a potential target. We can't protect them all. No, but we can identify the most likely targets. The places where my research is making the biggest impact, where casualties are dropping the fastest, where profits are being hit the hardest. That's where they'll strike. Rodriguez studied the map. San Diego, the Naval Hospital. They just implemented your trauma protocols last month. Reduced combat mortality by 38%. Exactly. If I wanted to send a message, if I wanted to prove that innovation doesn't pay, I'd hit there. Maximum casualties, maximum impact, maximum fear. We need to get there. We need to assemble a team, people we trust, people who understand what's at stake. Hayes, Jake, Chen, Thompson, Martinez, and whoever helped you take down those contractors, because we're going to need their resources, their intelligence, their willingness to operate outside the system. Rodriguez hesitated. Jade, if we do this, if we go after them proactively, we're crossing into vigilante territory. We're becoming what they are. No, we're becoming what's necessary. There's a difference. Is there? Jade met his eyes. Yes, because we're not doing this for profit. We're doing this to save lives. We're doing this because the system failed and good people died because of it. We're doing this because someone has to stand between the innocent and the people who profit from their suffering. That's the difference. Rodriguez thought about Emma, about the 13 people who'd died, about the thousands who'd live because of Jade's work, if they could protect it. Made his choice. Again. I'll make the call. He dialed the unknown number. It rang once, twice. A voice answered, distorted, electronic. Master Chief, I was wondering when you'd call. We need to talk, in person, about a mutual problem. San Diego. You know about it. I know about everything. When and where. Tomorrow. 1400 hours. Coordinates to follow. I'll be there. And Master Chief, tell Angel 7. I'm looking forward to finally meeting her. The line went dead. Jade looked at Rodriguez. This is it. This is where we either stop them permanently or die trying. You almost died trying last time. Yeah, but last time I was alone. This time, I've got you. I've got a team. I've got people who believe in what we're fighting for. That changes everything. Or gets us all killed. Maybe. But Rodriguez, answer me honestly. If you could go back, if you could choose to ignore what happened here, to let the contractors escape, to let the corruption continue, would you? Rodriguez thought about it, really thought. No. Then we're committed. We see this through. We protect what we've built. We save the people who need saving. And we make sure that bastards who profit from suffering learn that some ghosts don't just refuse to stay dead. Some ghosts come back with an army. Rodriguez smiled. When do we leave? Tomorrow. 600 hours. We've got a lot of work to do before we meet your mysterious contact. You think we can trust them? No. But I don't think we have a choice. Sometimes you have to work with questionable people to stop unconscionable ones. That's the world we live in. She stood, winced. Her body still healing, but her determination absolute. One more thing, Rodriguez. What? When this is over, when we've stopped them, I want you to promise me something. Anything. If I die for real this time, you make sure my work continues. You make sure every protocol gets used, every technique gets taught, every innovation saves every life it possibly can. You promise me that what I fought for doesn't die with me. You're not going to die. Promise me anyway. Rodriguez took her hand, looked into the eyes of the woman who'd saved his life twice, who'd refused to quit even when death seemed easier, who'd proven that one person could change everything if they refused to accept the world as it was. I promise. Good. Now let's go save some lives. They arrived in San Diego at 13:30 hours. The coordinates led to an abandoned warehouse near the shipyards. Rodriguez went in first. Jade followed. Hayes and Jake flanked them. Chen and Thompson covered the exits. The warehouse was empty. Dark, silent. Then a figure stepped from the shadows. Female, mid-30s, short dark hair, Tactical gear. No visible weapons, but Rodriguez knew they were there. Concealed. Ready. Master Chief Rodriguez, Angel 7. Good to finally meet you both. Jade stepped forward, studied the woman. You're the one who helped us. I'm the one who gave you the tools. You did the work. Who are you? Someone who should have been Angel 8. Someone who failed the psych evaluation because I told the truth about what needs to be done to people who profit from suffering. She moved closer. My name is Elena Cross, former Navy, former SEAL candidate, former a lot of things. Now I'm just someone who burns down corruption when the system won't. Rodriguez kept his hand near his weapon. You said San Diego is the target. It is. Naval Hospital, tomorrow night. They're planning a coordinated attack, multiple entry points, heavy casualties. They want to send a message that innovation kills, that your protocols are dangerous, that going back to the old ways is safer. How many hostiles? 30, maybe 40. Professional contractors, better trained than the ones you faced at Camp Pendleton, better equipped, better funded. Jade's jaw tightened. We need to evacuate the hospital. Can't. It'll tip them off. They'll just hit another target. Another hospital. Another group of your trainees. You evacuate now, they disappear. Come back in a month, 6 months, a year. You'll spend the rest of your life running. Protecting. Reacting. Never winning. So what do you suggest? Elena smiled. Cold. Professional. We let them come. We prepare. We turn their trap into ours. We end this permanently. Hayes stepped forward. You're talking about an ambush, using patience as bait. I'm talking about stopping killers before they kill. There's a difference. Is there? Elena turned to face him. Captain Hayes, you've killed 17 people in combat. All justified. All necessary. All to protect innocent lives. This is the same thing, just without the official sanction. How do you know my combat record? I know everyone's record. It's my job to know. Rodriguez has 23 confirmed kills. Jake has 4. Chen has 2. Thompson has 7. Jade has 127. And me, I've got 41. All people who deserved it. All people who were about to kill someone who didn't. Rodriguez felt ice in his veins. You've been watching us. For months. Since I first learned Angel 7 was alive, since I realized someone was hunting her, I've been in the shadows, gathering intelligence, building resources, waiting for the right moment to help. Why? Because the system failed her, failed all of us, and someone needed to do something about it. Jade moved between them. Enough. We don't have time for this. Elena, you said you have a plan. Let's hear it. Elena pulled out a tablet, displayed the hospital layout. They'll hit from 3 sides: north entrance, emergency bay, underground maintenance tunnels. Their objective is maximum casualties in minimum time. Get in, kill everyone, destroy the research servers, get out before response teams arrive. How do you know their plan? Because I helped design it 3 years ago, back when I was consulting for private military corporations, back before I realized what they were really doing with my work. Rodriguez grabbed her arm. You worked for them. I worked for a company that contracted with them. Didn't know what they were using my tactical designs for until it was too late. Until I saw the casualty reports, saw the operations, realized I'd helped killers perfect their killing. Elena pulled her arm free. That's when I burned it all down. Destroyed their servers. Leaked their operations. Disappeared before they could retaliate. Been hunting them ever since. Jade studied Elena's face. Saw the truth there. The guilt. The determination. The same fire that had driven her for 4 years. Okay. I believe you. Now tell us how to stop them. We don't stop them. We destroy them completely. We take out the contractors. We trace the money. We expose the entire network. We make it so expensive, so dangerous, so visible that no one ever tries this again. How? Elena changed the display, showed financial networks, shell corporations, money trails. The contractors are funded through a series of offshore accounts, all connected to 3 pharmaceutical companies and 2 defense contractors. Companies that lose billions when battlefield medicine improves, when casualty rates drop, when soldiers survive instead of die. We already knew there was corporate involvement, but you didn't know the scale. Didn't know it goes all the way to board members, CEOs, government liaisons. This isn't just corruption. It's systemic. It's institutional. It's the entire military-industrial complex protecting its profits. Rodriguez felt sick. How do we fight that? The same way David fought Goliath. With precision, with intelligence, with one perfect shot to the right target. Elena zoomed in on one name. Victor Klein, CEO of Prometheus Medical Technologies. He's the architect, the one who funds the contractors, the one who gives the orders. We take him down, we take down the entire network. He'll be protected, bodyguards, security, legal teams. He's flying into San Diego tomorrow, private jet, landing at 1600 hours. He wants to witness the attack personally, wants to make sure this time Angel 7 dies for real. Jade felt her blood run cold. He's coming here. He's arrogant, thinks he's untouchable, thinks his money and power make him invincible. We're going to prove him wrong. Hayes pulled out his phone, started making calls. I need to alert command. Get official authorization for this operation. Elena grabbed his phone, crushed it. You do that, he'll know. He's got people inside command, inside NCIS, inside every agency you can think of. You make an official report, you kill us all. Then what do? We go off-grid. We operate without sanction. We do what needs to be done and answer for it later. Rodriguez looked at Jade. Your call. This is your fight, your mission. We follow your lead. Jade thought about Emma, about the 13 dead, about the thousands of lives her research had saved and would continue to save if they could protect it. Thought about the oath she'd taken, the promise she'd made, the commitment that didn't end just because someone tried to kill her. We do it, but we do it my way. No unnecessary casualties, no collateral damage. We take down the contractors. We capture Klein. We expose the conspiracy. And we do it without becoming what they are. Elena nodded. Agreed. So here's the plan. They spent 6 hours preparing. Elena had resources Rodriguez couldn't believe. Weapons, equipment, intelligence, safe houses, vehicles. Everything they needed for an operation that officially didn't exist. Where did you get all this? Seized it from the same contractors we're fighting. Turned their resources against them. Poetic justice. They positioned teams around the hospital. Hayes and Thompson on the north entrance. Chen covering the emergency bay. Jake in the maintenance tunnels. Rodriguez with Jade at the command position. Elena would handle Klein personally. You sure you can take him alone? Rodriguez asked. I don't need to take him. I just need to keep him from running until you finish with the contractors. Then we all converge. All testify. All blow this wide open. And if something goes wrong, then improvise. It's what we're good at. 1900 hours. The hospital continued normal operations. Patients, visitors, staff, all unaware of what was coming. Jade moved through the corridors, checked positions, verified equipment, talked to each team member. Remember, these contractors are professionals. They're good at what they do, but they're predictable. They follow patterns. They rely on superior firepower and surprise. We take away their surprise, we take away their advantage. Jake checked his rifle. Ma'am, what if there's more than we expected? What if they have backup? Then we adapt. We adjust. We survive. That's what soldiers do. Martinez appeared. He'd insisted on staying, on helping, on defending the hospital where he worked. Ma'am, I've secured the trauma bay. All critical patients moved to secure locations. Exits cleared. We're ready. Good. Martinez, when this starts, you focus on saving lives. That's your job. Not fighting. Saving. Clear. Clear, ma'am. 2,100 hours. Elena's voice over the secure channel. Klein's jet just landed. He's got 6 bodyguards, moving to a hotel downtown. The Meridian, penthouse suite. I'm in position. Copy. Stay on him. We need him alive. Understood. 22:45 hours. Rodriguez's radio crackled. Movement on the north perimeter. Multiple contacts. Weapons visible. This is it. Jade keyed her radio. All teams, stand by. Wait for my signal. Do not engage until they're committed, until they can't retreat. We want all of them. Copy. The contractors moved in. Professional, coordinated. 3 teams. 37 hostiles total. More than Elena predicted. They breached simultaneously. North entrance, emergency bay, maintenance tunnels. Jade waited. Let them get inside. Let them commit. Then, now, all teams engage. Chaos erupted. Hayes and Thompson hit the north team from behind, caught them in a crossfire, put down 6 in the first 10 seconds. Chen engaged the emergency bay team. Flashbangs, smoke, confusion. She moved through it like Jade had taught her. Precise, efficient, deadly when necessary. Jake held the tunnels, used the confined space, used darkness, used every advantage. The contractors couldn't maneuver, couldn't use their numbers. Jake picked them off methodically. But the contractors adapted fast. Too fast. They split up, started hunting, started using hostages. Rodriguez's radio, they've got civilians second floor. At least 4 contractors. Multiple hostages. We can't get a clean shot. Jade moved, fast, up the stairs, toward the second floor. Found the contractors, found the hostages, found a standoff that could go wrong in 100 ways. She stepped into view, hands raised, weapon holstered. Let them go. You want someone, take me. I'm Angel 7. I'm who you really came for. The lead contractor smiled. Finally. Do you know how much you're worth? How much Klein is paying for proof of your death? Then prove it. Take me. Let them go. No deal. We keep the hostages. We keep you. We kill everyone. That's the contract. Then you're going to have to work for it. Jade moved. Faster than the contractors expected. Faster than should have been possible for someone who'd been shot 3 weeks ago. She hit the first one, disarmed him, used his weapon against the second. The third tried to grab a hostage. Jade put a round through his shoulder. Non-lethal, disabling. The fourth contractor pressed his gun to a nurse's head. Stop or she dies. Rodriguez appeared behind him, put his weapon to the contractor's head. Drop it or you die. Choose fast. The contractor dropped it. In 45 seconds, all 4 were down. All hostages safe. But more contractors were coming. Reinforcements, more than they'd planned for. Jade's radio, all teams, status report. Hayes, north entrance secured, 8 hostiles down, 2 wounded. Chen, emergency bay clear, 6 hostiles down, no casualties. Jake, tunnels are a bloodbath, they kept coming. I counted 12, all down, but I'm hit. Right leg, can't move. Martinez, get to Jake, now, extraction and treatment. On it. Thompson. We've got a problem. There's another team. Moving on the research servers. They're going to destroy everything. Jade ran. Rodriguez beside her. Down corridors. Through chaos. Toward the server room. Found 5 contractors. Setting charges. Preparing to blow the entire system. No time for tactics. No time for strategy. Jade and Rodriguez just charged. The fight was brutal. Close quarters. No room for error. Every move potentially fatal. Rodriguez took 3 of them. Hand to hand. Years of training taking over. Years of rage at what they'd done. What they'd tried to do. Jade took the other 2. But the charges were active. Timers running. 30 seconds. She worked frantically. Disarming. Disconnecting. 20 seconds. 1 charge diffused. 15 seconds. Second charge. More complex. More sophisticated. 10 seconds. Rodriguez grabbed her. Leave it. We need to run. No. The research, everything we fought for, is worthless if you die. 5 seconds. Jade's hands moved. Muscle memory. Training. Pure instinct. Cut the right wire. The timer stopped at 2 seconds. She collapsed, shaking. Too close. That was too close. But you did it. You saved it. Elena's voice over the radio, panicked. We've got a problem. Klein's running. He knows something went wrong. He's got his bodyguards. They're heading for the jet. If he gets airborne, we lose him. We lose everything. Jade stood, grabbed Rodriguez. We need to stop him. Now. All teams. Converge on the Meridian Hotel. Drop everything. This is priority 1. They moved. Everyone. Every team. Wounded and exhausted, but moving. Reached the hotel in 12 minutes. Too long. Way too long. Found Elena in the lobby, bleeding from a head wound. He got past me, got to his car, heading for the airport. We've got maybe 5 minutes before he's gone. Jade grabbed a vehicle. Military transport. Rodriguez drove. Hayes in the passenger seat. Everyone else piled in. They raced toward the airport, lights flashing, sirens blaring, reached the private terminal at 23:17 hours. Klein's jet was on the runway, engines warming up. We're too late, Hayes said. No, we're not. Jade opened the door, started running, toward the jet, toward the man who'd tried to kill her, who'd ordered the deaths of 13 people, who'd profited from suffering. Rodriguez ran after her. Jade, stop. You can't. She didn't stop. The jet started moving, rolling toward the runway. Jade ran faster. Rodriguez caught up, grabbed her. You can't catch it. It's over. It's not over until he answers for what he did. The jet accelerated, then stopped. Security vehicles appeared, surrounding it, blocking it. Commander Reynolds emerged from one of the vehicles, walked toward Jade and Rodriguez. Stand down, Master Chief. We've got him. Sir, how did you... Elena. She contacted me 3 hours ago, told me everything, gave me evidence, financial records, communications, contracts, everything we needed for warrants, for arrests, for prosecutions. But she said there were people inside command, said we couldn't trust official channels. There were. Past tense. We arrested 17 people in the last hour. Officers, contractors, liaisons, everyone connected to this conspiracy. It's over. It's finally over. The jet door opened. Klein emerged, in handcuffs, federal agents flanking him. He saw Jade, stared at her. You should be dead. You were supposed to die 4 years ago. Jade walked toward him, stopped 3 feet away. I did die. You killed me. But I came back, and I brought evidence, witnesses, testimony. You're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. And every single day, you're going to know that everything you built, everything you profited from, it's all gone, destroyed, because you couldn't kill me permanently. This isn't over. I have lawyers, resources, connections. I'll be out in a year. Reynolds stepped forward. No, Mr. Klein, you won't, because we're not charging you with conspiracy or fraud or even attempted murder. We're charging you with treason, with selling classified military research to foreign nationals, with intentionally sabotaging combat medicine to increase American casualties, with being directly responsible for the deaths of 437 soldiers over the last 4 years. Soldiers who died because your companies sold substandard equipment and suppressed life-saving innovations. Klein's face went white. You can't prove that. We can. We have the financial records, the communications, the contracts. We have everything. And treason during wartime, that carries the death penalty. The agents dragged Klein away. He was screaming, threatening, promising revenge. Nobody listened. Jade watched him go. Felt something loosen in her chest, something that had been tight for 4 years. Justice. Real justice. Not perfect, not complete, but real. Rodriguez put his hand on her shoulder. It's done. It's really done. The contractors, 37 captured, 8 wounded, 3 dead, all because they chose to fight instead of surrender. Your protocols saved 6 of the wounded. Contractors who came to kill us lived because of the techniques you developed. Good. That's how it should be. We save everyone we can, even our enemies. Hayes approached, limping, wounded but alive. Jade, the hospital's secure, all patients safe, all staff accounted for, 0 civilian casualties. We did it. Chen arrived with Jake on a stretcher, Martinez beside them. Bullet through the leg, clean, I've got it stabilized. He'll recover fully in 8 weeks. Jake looked up at Jade. Ma'am, did we win? Yeah, Marine, we won. Marcus would be proud. He would be, and so would every person who's alive right now because you held that tunnel. You saved lives today, Jake. Real lives. People who'll go home. People who'll see their families. That's what matters. Over the next week, the conspiracy unraveled completely. 17 arrests became 73. 3 companies became 12. The investigation spread across 3 continents. Every news outlet covered it. The largest military corruption scandal in history. Billions in seized assets. Hundreds of indictments. Complete exposure of a system that had profited from prolonged conflicts and high casualties. And at the center of it all, a woman the Navy had officially declared dead 4 years ago. Angel 7. Commander Reynolds called a meeting. Everyone who'd fought at Camp Pendleton, everyone who'd stopped the San Diego attack, everyone who'd risked everything to expose the truth. He stood at the head of the table, looked at each of them. What you did was illegal, operating without authorization, using seized assets, working with Elena Cross, who technically is a fugitive. By every regulation, every protocol, you should all be facing courts-martial. Silence. Then Reynolds smiled. Which is why I'm not reporting any of it. Officially, you were all following my orders. Officially, this was a sanctioned operation. Officially, you're all heroes who saved 217 lives at Camp Pendleton and prevented a massacre at Naval Hospital San Diego. Sir, you're lying for us, Rodriguez said. No, Master Chief. I'm correcting the lies told about you. There's a difference. He turned to Jade. Angel 7. The Navy owes you an apology. 4 years late, but sincere. We failed you. We let you die. We let corruption flourish while good people suffered. That ends now. Sir, I don't need apologies. I need my work to continue. I need those protocols implemented. I need medics trained. I need lives saved. Done. All of it. We're creating a new program, the Angel Initiative, dedicated to advancing battlefield medicine, free from corporate influence, free from profit motive, just focused on saving lives, and you're going to run it. Jade shook her head. Sir, I appreciate the offer, but I work better independently, without bureaucracy, without oversight. I know, which is why the Angel Initiative will operate with complete autonomy. You pick your team, you set your priorities, you do the work without interference. The Navy provides resources and protection. That's it. And in exchange, you keep doing what you've been doing, training medics, developing protocols, saving lives. You just do it with official sanction instead of as a ghost. Jade looked at Rodriguez, at Hayes, at Jake and Chen and Thompson and Martinez, at Elena standing in the corner, still watching, still ready. I want them, all of them, as my team. Reynolds nodded. Done. Anyone else? Complete access to military medical facilities, authorization to test new protocols, immunity from prosecution for unconventional methods. Agreed. But Jade understands something. The people who tried to kill you, they're not gone. We arrested 73, but there are more. Always more. People who profit from suffering don't just give up. They adapt. They hide. They wait. You'll be a target for the rest of your life. I've been a target for 4 years. Haven't died yet. But you almost did, multiple times. How many lives do you think you have left? Jade smiled. Enough. I've got enough. 1 month later, the Angel Initiative was operational. Headquarters at Camp Pendleton. Satellite facilities across the country. 73 medics in training. 12 new protocols in development. 4 hospitals implementing her techniques. And every single day, lives being saved. Rodriguez found Jade in her office. Late night. She was reviewing trauma reports, analyzing outcomes, refining techniques. You know you're allowed to rest, right? You almost died. Again. Can't rest. Too much work. Every hour I'm not working is another soldier who might not come home. That's not sustainable. You'll burn out. I burned out 4 years ago. I'm running on something else now. What? Purpose. The knowledge that what I'm doing matters, that every protocol saves lives, that every technique gives someone a chance they wouldn't have had otherwise. Rodriguez sat. Emma's birthday was yesterday. Jade looked up. I know. How are you doing? Better. For the first time since she died, I feel like I'm honoring her memory, not just mourning her loss, honoring her life by saving others. That's all any of us can do. Keep moving forward. Keep fighting. Keep refusing to let the darkness win. Jake knocked on the door, limping but mobile. Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. We've got a situation. What kind of situation? Hospital in Virginia. Using your trauma protocols. They're under cyber attack. Someone's trying to corrupt their medical records. Delete patient histories. 'Cause chaos. Jade stood. Elena, get her on the line. Now. 2 minutes later, Elena's voice over the speaker. I see it. Tracing the source. Give me 10 seconds. Keyboard sounds. Got it. Routed through 4 proxies, but the origin point is Zurich. Swiss bank. Same financial network we shut down last month. They're still operating. Of course they are. We cut off one head. The Hydra grows 2 more. That's how these organizations work. Jade looked at her team, at the people who'd fought beside her, who'd trusted her, who'd chosen to stand between the innocent and the evil. Then we keep fighting. We keep cutting. We keep refusing to let them win. Ma'am, there's always going to be another threat, Jake said. Another attack. Another conspiracy. How do we fight something that never ends? The same way I've been fighting for 4 years. One mission at a time. One life at a time. One protocol at a time. We don't need to win permanently. We just need to win today, and tomorrow, and the day after that. Rodriguez stood. Then let's get to work. They moved together, a team, a family, bound not by orders but by choice, by commitment, by the shared understanding that some things were worth fighting for, worth dying for, worth coming back from the dead for. Jade stopped at the door, looked back at her office, at the reports and protocols and research that represented 4 years of work, 4 years of sacrifice, 4 years of refusing to quit. Thought about the 128 lives she'd taken to save thousands more. Thought about the scars on her arms and back that told the story of every protocol she'd tested on herself first. Thought about the oath she'd taken that didn't end just because someone tried to kill her. And she understood something she hadn't before. She wasn't Angel 7 because of her kills. Wasn't special because of her skills. Wasn't a legend because of her missions. She was Angel 7 because she'd refused to let death be the end. Because she'd come back stronger. Because she'd turned her suffering into salvation for others. Because real strength wasn't in the uniform or the rank or the recognition. Real strength was in the choice to keep fighting when fighting seemed impossible, to keep saving when saving seemed futile, to keep believing that one person could change the world even when the world said otherwise. Rodriguez saw the look on her face. You okay? Yeah, I'm good. Let's go save some lives. They walked out together into the night, into whatever came next, into the endless fight against people who profited from suffering. But they walked with purpose, with determination, with the absolute refusal to let evil win just because the battle never ended. Because that's what soldiers did, what medics did, what people like Angel 7 did. They fought, they saved, they refused to quit. And somewhere in a hospital in Virginia, a patient lived because of a protocol Jade developed, because of a technique she refined, because of a sacrifice she made. That patient would never know her name, would never hear her story, would never understand that they were alive because a woman who'd been dead for 4 years refused to let death have the final word. But Jade knew, and that was enough. It had always been enough. Real service wasn't about recognition, it was about results. And in the end, the only measurement that mattered was how many people went home to their families, because someone refused to accept that death was inevitable, that suffering was necessary, that the system couldn't be changed. Jade Morgan had proven that one person with absolute conviction could stand against corruption, against profit-driven evil, against the entire machinery of the military-industrial complex, and win. Not permanently, not completely, but enough. Enough to save the next life, and the one after that, and the 1,000 after that. Enough to show the world that real strength wasn't in the uniform you wore, but in what you did when the world stopped believing in you, and you kept fighting anyway.